Some watches you buy, some watches finds you. I wanted my first full review to be something truly special, and this one means a lot to me. This is the first watch she ever gave me. This is the Casio Edifice EFR-S108D. Here's a fun fact. In her culture, gifting watches is considered to bring bad luck. It took her some time and courage to break that cultural superstition, just to make me smile. And it goes to show that she's the one person who truly understands my love for watches. By the way, take a guess where she is from in the comment section. And do let me know if you guys have any superstitions about watches in your own country. I got this watch on April 27th this year. Since then, it's gotten quite a lot of wrist time, from daily errands to bars and parties. So today, let's talk about what makes this slim little Casio so much better than the price tag, and whether or not it's worth adding to your own collection. First, let's talk where this watch sits in the Casio's lineup. The Edifice line is Casio's attempt at delivering affordable, sharp-looking watches that lean more towards business and dressy style compared to their G-Shocks or digital classics. This watch usually goes for around $100 to $130, making it one of the most affordable sapphire crystal watches you can get. And I believe it is one of the most affordable Edifice watches as well. Moving on to the case and design, you might notice some Gerald Genta vibes here. That octagonal case looks like that of an AP, and those protruding edges look similar to a Patek Philippe Nautilus. It's definitely inspired by that design language, but it certainly doesn't look like a copy to me. Also make note how those 4 screws align perfectly pointing towards the center. Some of the much more expensive brands can't even pull this off. And it even comes with a pretty neat signed crown. Oh, and here are the specs. 7.8mm thickness, a pretty standard sized case, a sapphire crystal with AR coating. But hey, forget about the specs on the paper. You're not here to find out that. You can find it out with a simple Google search. Here's how it actually feels like. That 39.9mm case feels more like a 38mm watch because of its octagonal design, I think. And it fits perfectly on my small wrist. And mind you, I have a particularly small wrist. So small I can't even afford to go beyond 42mm. Casio markets this watch as the Edifice Slimline, and at this price point, I'm pretty sure this is one of the slimmest watches you can find, and boy, it feels great. Chunky watches tend to make my wrist look even smaller, so this one's a blessing. And don't worry, it doesn't just work for small wrists, it looks great on regular ones too. But if your wrist is huge, the presence might feel a little bit lacking. And because of its slimness, it can easily hide under your cuff. And if you're wearing it with just a tie, I think you can pull it off. However, if you're wearing it with a 2-piece suit, I'm not so sure if it'll work that well. It's a bit too sporty for my liking to be dressed up beyond just a tie. The stainless steel case feels solid, and you get a flat sapphire crystal with AR coating, which is insane at this price point. I don't know how Casio is doing it, but it definitely adds some peace of mind for daily wear. By the way, I want to take a moment to thank all of my 625 subscribers. Your support really means a lot to me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I have a lot of interesting watch contents planned for you guys. Now, this dial. This is where the watch really shines. Mine's the light blue sunburst version, and under bright daylight, it just pops. Take a look at that. Even indoors or at night, it has this subtle charm, and in bars or under colorful lights, the reflections can look incredible. The applied indices are crisp, the finishing is clean, and while there is lume, don't expect dive watch level brightness or longevity. One minor gripe with my unit is that the seconds hand doesn't always hit the markers perfectly. On one of my shorts, few other people also commented that their light blue watch has the same issue. This is not a big deal, but hey, it's worth noting. And as a watch reviewer, it is my duty to let you know. If you own this watch, let me know in the comment section if yours does the same. Now, the bracelet. It looks good, but feels a bit on the rattly side. And it has folded links, pretty common at this price range. The clasp is basic, but works just fine. Also, if you go for any integrated bracelet, the strap options are quite limited. All I could find is a couple of rubber straps for this one. So sadly, what you see is what you wear. Inside, it runs on a reliable Japanese Miyota movement, specifically the 9U13 module. It is rated at plus or minus 20 seconds per month, but in my use, it has been accurate enough for me to not notice the missing or gaining seconds. By the way, if you're curious about swapping the battery, I've got a full video on that. Check it out after this one. In terms of everyday use, the EFR-S108D works well as a casual daily watch, a slim office piece, or even a dress watch in the right setting and color. For me, the light blue dial is a little bit tricky. It doesn't always go with the darker tones or the warmer tones in my wardrobe. But that's more of a personal gripe than a flaw with the watch. So what's the verdict here? This is a fantastic watch if you're after a slim, sapphire-equipped quartz watch from a reputable brand. It's not perfect. That bracelet and that second-hand alignment could be better, but most of my complaints are nitpicks. If you are a collector, this is an easy recommendation. If it's your first and only watch, maybe think twice about the integrated bracelet. It can get boring over time if you like changing straps. But if you want a simple, classy everyday piece that feels more expensive than it is, this one's definitely worth looking into. That's it for today. Keep it classy, keep it ticking. Until next time.